This is Andy from Toronto, Ontario, current actor and fitness model. So you're probably wondering, what do I know about sports? Well, aside from being a die-hard football fan in the NFL, I was also a former hockey and lacrosse player where I played junior for both sports. Now, there's a lot of opinions people have out here, and one opinion I'm going to tell you is that these Toronto sports fans are crazy. We haven't had a good team to root for in a long time, aside from the Leafs making the playoffs last year. So Toronto sports fans are crazy, and these people need a sports team to cheer for. They need one bad. Aside from the Toronto Rock winning a championship, there hasn't been a major sports championship team here in a long time. That's something we need to work on here in Toronto. Otherwise, these sports fans are going to be crazy. Now, one of the big questions today is, who's the better hockey player, Sidney Crosby or Alexander Ovechkin? It could go either way, but I'm going to side with Ovechkin on this one. Although the Pittsburgh Penguins may be the better hockey team at the moment, we still have the star of the Capitals lighting it up and scoring, doing everything on his own without that supporting cast around him. Crosby's a great player, sure, but if you look around at the roster with him, he's got so many guys to work with. Ovechkin, sure, he's got, a few wingers, a few D here that are good, but I mean, the Capitals, I don't think they really compare. So you got Ovechkin without the supporting cast around him. That makes him, overall, a more valuable player to his team. Now, when we talk about Ryan Braun's MVP, there's the big steroid allegation. Well, should it be taken away because of steroid issues? You know what? The guy won, okay? The guy won it fair and square. Sure, he had the steroids, which is a bit of a problem. Yeah, we shouldn't have allowed it. But the problem is that the officials should have been investing that in the first place. The league, the commissioner, everyone. They should have been looking at the steroid accusations before they awarded him the MVP in the first place. I mean, he shouldn't have even won the MVP because of the steroids, but they already gave it to him. You can't really take it back. How unfair would that be? Once you give it to him, it's done. He's got it. And one other big question in sports today is Roberto Luongo. And did the GM of the Vancouver Canucks make the right decision? This is one of those classic cases where you have the veteran goalie who's really good, and you have a young upcoming guy as a backup, trying to come in and take his spot. Sure, Luongo lost his job for a while, and that was fine. He didn't need to keep it. They had someone else who was playing better hockey than him at the time. But the GM did make the right decision by keeping Luongo. He wasn't signed to a big contract for nothing. They had him on that 12-year deal for a reason, and he can still play hockey. Getting rid of Luongo would have been a huge mistake. So ultimately, keeping him, despite the sacrifices they made, was a great idea. And I think you're going to see that the Canucks are going to be a competing team for the Stanley Cup again this year.